It may be April Fool's Day, but these stories are no joke. China, South Korea, and Japan are waging a war on cherry blossoms, and Seoul takes a huge step backwards. Plus, Prayuth is poised to assume total control in Thailand. These stories are coming up next. This is the Asia Brief. A very good Wednesday morning to you on this April 1st, 2015. My name, of course, is Steve Miller. Now, spring, of course, is an amazing time of year marked by the beautiful arrival of cherry blossoms. It's also that time of year that South Korea and Japan spar over which country originated the flowering tree. And this year, China enters the mix. He Jung-gru, executive chairman of the China cherry industry, says a Japanese monograph on cherry blossoms places the origins in the Himalayan mountains of China. We don't want to get into a war of words with Japan and South Korea, but we want to assert a fact. Many historical documents confirm that the cherry blossom's place of origin is China. And that may very well be true. But to the whole notion of determining which country is the origin of cherry blossoms, to that I say hogwash. It is pure nationalism, and it is very petty. All three of these countries, China, South Korea, Japan, are missing the point of this beautiful time of year. No one in the world cares about the origin of the cherry blossoms, aside from possibly botanists. What the people of the world care about is the beauty and the experience of these blooming trees. The three countries are focusing on this very specific issue as to which country had the very first tree, and quite frankly, it makes them look petty. Now let's take a beautiful beverage, beer. It originated in the Middle East. And you know what? No one gets hung up on that. What we focus on is savoring that beautiful beverage, not the origin. The same goes for pizza, coffee, whiskey. Spring is about rebirth and renewal, and these three nations should take a cue from Mother Nature and lay this issue to bed and start a new life and rebirth relations in Northeast Asia. Not too long ago, Seoul asked expats what it would take to make the city a global city, and a lot of suggestions were given. But really, what is the point when decisions like this are handed down? The Ministry of Education introduced standards for sex education. It marks the first time South Korea has ever done so, and it was hoped to provide a systematic education on sex. But the new outline forbids teaching about homosexuality and other areas along the sexual spectrum. The measure has also come under fire, especially since more and more Koreans are coming out of the closet. It really is a sad day when the Educational Ministry forbids teaching about a realistic and defined part of a population. I get it that half of South Koreans, more than half actually, think that homosexuality is unacceptable. But it doesn't make that portion of the population disappear, and it certainly doesn't make it right. Sexuality exists along a continuum, and it's about time that South Korea actually wakes up to that fact. And just while I'm at it, Indiana, how dare you? No one chooses to be gay or straight. It's just how you are. As Lady Gaga says, you're born that way. You got it? Now, along the same lines, the Korea Communications Standard Commission is set to evaluate an upcoming episode of Sunam Girls High School Investigators. It would feature the third primetime lesbian kiss in a South Korean drama. The show is rated PG-13 and has received numerous complaints after the first two kisses in the show. The LGBTQ group Rainbow Action says the commission was discriminating against sexual minorities. This drama stands out from the rest because it is relatable to sexual minorities in South Korea, which pretends as if we don't exist. And you know what? They are absolutely right. This is the 21st century, and it's about time everyone acted like it. Thai Coup leader and current Prime Minister Prayuth Chan-ocha has submitted to the king a request to lift martial law, but what he may replace it with maybe just as restrictive, or even worse. It's widely anticipated Prayuth will implement Article 44 of the Interim Constitution. It gives incredible power to the military under the control of the Prime Minister. Civilians could still be tried in military courts, and this does come as 2 opposition television stations have been banned from broadcasting for 1 week. This is a situation that is developing, and I will of course post updates on Facebook and Twitter and have more information for you on Friday's Asian News Weekly podcast. And my friends, that is it for today, so please, if you have a thought on any of the stories, leave them in the comments on Facebook or Twitter. To keep up with more news from the region, please follow Asian News Weekly on Facebook or Twitter. You can also send an email to the show with your comments, your questions, or your feedback. That email address is podcast@asiannewsweekly.net. If you enjoyed today's program, please share it with your friends. And if you haven't yet, subscribe. It's absolutely free and can be done on our website, asiannewsweekly.net, or in your favorite podcast application. Well, my friends, that is it for me today. I hope you're having a fantastic day. And until tomorrow, my name is Steve Miller, reminding you to be true to yourself and to always be awesome.